So my mic works. I have a new mic, right? Like I have a microphone, one of those. What do you call them? I have one of those blue snowball microphones that I really actually need to hook up and listen to because the past couple of recordings this mic has been going out. Like it cuts off and it's quiet and then like OBS is freaking out. But anyways, what we're here to talk about is, can you have a session without a dungeon master? I saw this post on 5th edition Facebook group, and someone asked, hey, is it possible to have a session without having an actual dungeon master present? And a lot of people were like, no, you can't do that. It's where are you going to get your treasures and your rewards and encounters and XP and blah, 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 and NPCs? But I said, yes, you can have a session without a dungeon master there at the table and just have it all players. So I'm going to go through how that's possible. So there was a old job that I had, and my buddies and I, we would do this thing called improv scripting. Now, what improv scripting is everyone, I'm sure you guys have seen this, like, Facebook threads and Reddit threads. Everyone contributes a little bit to build a story. So, like, we would pick a genre, say horror, and I would go first and explain what everyone else would see. I would say, all right, you walk into a room and there's a guy that's sitting down in a chair. He's chained up and he has a brown paper bag over his face with a big smiley face written across it. And then it would go to the next person, and then they would say, what the man does. The man walks up and he takes off the paper bag, blah blah blah. And it would go on to the next person, and you would just build this story. Sorry, it's Monday, right? So you can implement that into your sessions if it's just all players. So, for instance, it's the first person's turn, right? And everyone has their character sheets. There's no DM, it's just all players. So the player, he walks, he says, I'm going to go into this tavern. As I look up, the tavern is called Corgis, and I'm going to sit down, and the tavern seems to be pretty vibrant and full of people in life, and everyone is having a good time. So then it goes to the next person. So everyone at the table knows, okay, so now there's a tavern. Its name is Corgi, and there's quite a few people in it, and they're having a good time. So then the next person says, well, I'm gonna go walk to a blacksmith. And he walks up to the blacksmith, and the blacksmith doesn't have a sign, but he's working really hard, and the blacksmith turns around, and it's actually just a really burly looking female dwarf that's working and making these weapons and crafting. So everyone at the table now knows this. So each player kind of contributes their own to build this story. If you're thinking of like, well, how are you going to do treasure and encounters and stuff? Well, you really have to know the people that you're playing with. You kind of have to entrust in them that they're not going to say, oh, well, I walk into the tavern and everyone gives me 1,000 gold because I'm fantastic. Like, you have to really trust that the people that you're running with aren't going to do things like that. So if you're talking about, say, for treasure, say, I go around the corner and there's a chest sitting in the corner waiting for me. I go over to the chest and I open it up, and he says, and I find 5 gold and a health vial. So the next person after him says, while watching this guy, well, we're going to say Rob, while I'm watching Rob open this chest, I see what mechanical mechanism makes a loud clicking noise and spikes shoot up. So now this other guy, we're going to name him Derek, all right? So Rob says to Derek, the guy that just opened the chest, he says, Derek, you now have to roll a reflex saving throw to save yourself from that trap. Even though nothing was written, I mean, this is all just on the spot. Rob just made this up, so now Derek has to roll a saving throw in order to not get hit by these traps. And you just build through that. It's just like things like I've said you've seen on Facebook or on Reddit, just threads after threads of people just building these different encounters and scenarios and things. And also, it really helps if you have players that are wanting to be DMs or aspiring DMs. This will really help with practice of on the spot improv, because another player could whip their head and turn to you and say, 2 goblins run up behind you. What do you do? And then you got to think on the spot. this is what's going to happen, this is what I do, and this is what might happen to you guys. So everyone kind of gets a chance to practice those on the spot improv moments, which really helps, especially like I've talked in multiple videos before of, how useful and how much of a tool that is, and how much that's going to happen to you as a DM when you're taking your first steps into being a dungeon master, game moderator, or whatever you want, whatever label that you want to give yourself. So, can you run a session without a DM? Yes, you can. Is it going to be a traditional session? No, it is not. It's going to be completely different. But like I said, I think that would be just kind of a fun exercise for everybody to do. But that's really it for me today. It's Monday, got a lot of stuff going on. I have some stuff in development with Critical Kids, which I may or may not change that name. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm starting a new job, and I got this going on, and I'm trying to talk to some people about conventions and stuff like that, so we will see how that goes. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are, and I will see you guys later.